Hello, I'm Sam Hansen with Unlidded Co. And I have been working on a lot of different systems for what I do, and I've been just really, really busy with client work, but I know that I also need to be uh, going through and making case studies and promoting myself as well while I do that, because that will continue to move the needle on my goals. And so, what I'm doing here is going through one of my past projects, which ended up being a really organized and well, I don't know, it's a product that I'm really actually quite proud of. I worked with a designer named Benjamin Manley who did a web redesign for a client that they wanted to do a explainer animation for, and they had initially like this pitch deck of like this was their sales pitch deck, which needed a lot of help, and this is like their branding identity. I think before. Again, this is 2019, so I'm dipping into the archives of what I recall. But I'm taking some of these things and making them into my process now because it's how I've been working for the past. Well, how long ago was 2019? The past so long. So I can't do math and talk at the same time. Come on now. So anyway, this is where the video lived on their website. I think at this point, this ended up setting this company up to get acquired. So if you go look up Locai, I don't believe that they exist. But what it ended up being is a nice explainer animation from there. My process and how I handle things like this is I go to a website for a client and kind of scrape their website for design choices. And that's why this is such a perfect project for me, and why I loved it so much is because I was working with a designer who made that website, who could just set me up to knock it out of the park and get everyone ready for the online grocery being a reality, so that they could handle the exploding demand for their product. But the websites that Ben Manley would make is they're all based in the store brand framework. And so that sets up a video really, really nicely because it's a story, and it's a replacement for sort of their pitch and their services and like what a brochure would be. And the end product ends up being like a clean way to make something engaging. So they had a bunch of different kind of random design assets. Let me see if I can pull up what they had here. So they had, like, this is the example.
With digital grocery on the rise, customers are demanding.
This is actually their existing animation. So they wanted something that was a bit more advanced than this and used a bit less stock, and just kind of a bit more design oriented. I'm not sure what they paid for this, and I didn't work directly with the client. I kind of worked more. I was working at a different company at the time, but I was the one who animated it. So they had a bunch of screen captures and things that laid everything out well, but like again, there's a lot of design choices that are like not really cohesive. Not to throw shade, but that's kind of just my observation of it. So that was a big priority for me as I was making this one, to have things like the different colors for the different sections. So our main world is like the main color that they had, which is like kind of this blue, nice, just this is our overview. Then as we dive into each of their products, like this one, I use the color from that product. And what this is this is a grocery store AI platform, kind of before, I guess, AI exploded in demand. So anyway, that's one of the things I really enjoyed about this project. And since it had the store brand framework, it was a really nice framework to just base the rest of things off of. And I don't know, like, to have a nicely well-designed website lends itself really well for the next step of being able to promote yourself, which is grab people's attention through a video or a motion design piece like this. So ended up being really, really proud of this animation, and I'll post a link to it if you'd like to sit and watch it without me talking over it. But either way, this is part of me processing what it looks like to explain the process, and also just moving the needle on some of the things I'm trying to work on. So if you got to the end of here, you know what, thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions about what this looks like or how this was done, or if you have something that you want to do that's maybe similar to this, I'd love to talk about it. I'll put a meeting link, or just send me an email. I'd love to schedule a time to talk with you, because I love talking about this stuff, whether or not anyone else does. So Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.